Got bars like grains in bags of rice. Had to cook up the thing, yeah, flow this nice.
Yes. Welcome, people. Welcome back to the Mood British Show. It's me, your host, Joe. And today, I've got some important issues I want to discuss. But it is not written on this piece of paper because this is a blank sheet of paper. I just want it to feel important. Enough of that. Well, today I just wanted to discuss it's not really a recent trend. This is directly up my alley because I'm doing football videos and I'm talking about race, etc. And I don't know why I haven't talked about this earlier. Like, it's just been staring down at me. Like, I've just been so hypnotized by other stuff and just so concerned on other factors. I've been focusing on other shiz. I've been focusing on other stuff. But this has been down my alley. I wanted to discuss racism in football. Obviously, me being a Gooner, you don't know. Obviously, repping for the cause. The red and whites, North London, baby. We struggling right now. The form's doing bad. I'm still watching the games. Don't get it twisted. We playing West Ham today. Today, the 9th of December 2019. We playing West Ham. But I just wanted to talk about racism in football because on the weekend, on the 7th, there was the Manchester derby. It was Manchester United versus Manchester City. So and that is called a derby. Pardon me, it was Manchester City versus Manchester United. So Man City was at home. For some of you guys, you just don't care because you're just thinking, it's a football game, who cares? Yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, there was a game between Manchester City versus Manchester United, which is quite a fierce rivalry up there in the Northwest. It's a big rivalry over there in the Northwest of England. So these two teams played against each other. And on the Manchester United team, there's a player called Fred, who is of Afro-Brazilian descent. He's a young black brother from Brazil. Big up all my Afro-Brazilians out there. Obviously, there's loads of Afro-Brazilians. Don't be hypnotized. You know what I mean? Remember Juan, Williams Afro. I was going to say Quadrado, but he's not Afro-Brazilian, but he's Afro-Latina. But you get what I'm trying to say, innit? There's a lot of African brothers out there in South America. Black people in South America. So I think Fred in this incident was he was heading towards a corner flag to take a corner or to receive the ball, one of the two. And there's like a guy, I think his name's like Anthony Burke or something like that. I don't really want to highlight the guy's name anyways, but that's his name. I've read it on The Sun. You can just Google it. It's not really hard to do, and you can just, you know what I mean? I got my laptop there as well. You can get all these information if you really want it. You know what I'm trying to say? So this Anthony Burke, he's on the sideline making monkey gestures at Fred during this Manchester derby. And you can clearly see it. It's on television. This guy's literally on the front row, literally doing... It's not really that clear, but it's like when they take a still picture of it. Obviously, you know me, I'm going to put the video for you guys so you guys can see it right now. Yeah, obviously, when you watch the video, it's kind of hard to make it. But when you see this still shot, you think, okay, you get it. You see the monkey noises. Obviously, the dashing lighters at Fred as well. Or dashing lighters at the players at Manchester United. These are Man City fans, obviously. They're just going mad, innit? And it's just a bit crazy because it just got me to think, it's like, why do people think they can come to football games and racially abuse these guys? You know what I'm trying to say? It's like, why do you think you can call man a monkey and in a football pitch with 50,000 people? Why do you think that's acceptable? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not like a recent trend or whatever, people being racist at football matches. It's always been like that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Even if you go back to the days of like John Barnes or the days Ian Wright, all them men, when they were playing, they were being racially abused. I'm pretty sure Pele was being racially abused. Like, it's always been hand in hand in football matches. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like one of those things, like, Do you know what I mean? I've been to football games before. I haven't really experienced any racism myself in the football games I've been to because I haven't really been to that much. And I haven't really been to that much games. I've been to Derby County games and I've been to a few Arsenal games as well. I've never really experienced it, but I do see a lot of it in my experience of watching football because I definitely recall there was times when Samuel Eto'o was being racially abused for Inter Milan. There was Samuel Eto'o, I think he got racially abused in Barcelona. You know what I mean? There's been incidents, even in England, there's been incidents of Raheem Sterling, etc., etc. People calling him a black bastard, black con in the Manchester United game. Every time Marcus Rashford reaches a misses a penalty, someone's calling him a black cunt or a black bastard. I don't know why, bro. People just think it's acceptable to be racist to people. It's like, just because these men are getting paid bags doesn't mean loads of money. When I say bags, I mean loads of money. Just because these guys are being paid loads of money doesn't mean they're there to be racially abused by fans. That's unacceptable. You know what I'm trying to say? And these men are old, bro. Like this guy in the Manchester City team, this guy's 41. You know what I'm trying to say? Like he's making monkey noises. He probably fetishizes about being with black women. He wants to sleep with them, be with them. Like that's his fetishize. Like he loves black women. I guarantee. These are the type of people he loves. Just ethnic women. He probably loves Asian women. He loves eating every type of food except for British food. But he thinks it's acceptable to call you the N-word or a black bastard to make you, to make him feel like he's above you and superior to you. He's more than happy to subject you to abuse. You know what I'm trying to say? He thinks this is absolutely acceptable, even though he might go home after he done that stuff to Fred. He probably went home listening to a Drake, Hotline Bling, whoever came on the radio, Stormzy. He's probably listening to Capital One Extra, listening to any of these radio stations, listening to black artists singing it. But he still thinks it's acceptable because some people have this mentality where they think they're better than you because of your race. And when I say that, some people might think, what's this guy talking about? I'm telling you, bro, there's some people, they just like to think, oh, I'm better than you because you're black. I'm better than you because you're a woman. I'm better than you because you're Asian. I'm better than you because you're, I don't know, something. They just think that, you know what I mean? Humans want to always feel like they're superior, they're better than someone without effort. And if they can feel better than a whole entire race of people, even though he's not accomplished, he might have not have accomplished much. I don't know this guy's life. I'm just speaking on a broader terms. I don't know this individual's, I don't know about this individual's life, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm speaking on a broader term, like I've just stated. So it's like, People always want to feel like they're better than people. And if they can feel like they're better than a race of people, and it probably makes them go to sleep quicker, it helps them deal with their depressing life a bit more. You know what I'm trying to say? That they feel that they're beneath a guy that makes millions. Fred, he's balling. You know what I'm trying to say? This guy's rich, so he's doing more. You're there watching him. You know who he is. He doesn't even know who you are, bro. You know him, bro. You know what I'm trying to say? You're just proper trying to bring this man down, like. Bun that, bro. Bun that. And also, like, if you look at the Italian newspapers, this is like the Italian newspapers, there's like an article there's an article like came out on Black Friday. There's an article that says Black Friday, and these lot have got Lukaku, the Congolese Connect, our main man shooter, repping it for the brothers and sisters. Obviously, he plays for Belgium. Big up Lukaku and big up Chris Smalling. They got Smalling and Lukaku, and they put them in the headline of Black Friday. Is like, come on, are you taking a piss? And obviously Italy is a country that's notorious for racist incidents in sports. Like, it happens there every bloody week, mate. Like, all these top guys in Juve. Obviously, you saw the situation with Moise Kean and Juve with Bonucci back. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google Moise Kean and Bonucci's situation. Yeah, I'll put the name so you guys can see. You can read about on it, then you understand more what I'm talking about. You know what I'm trying to say? Open another tab. You know what I'm trying to say? Learn about it, then come back. If you got to come back, you know what I mean? You can see the situation with Moise Kean and Bonucci. It's like Bonucci's trying to scapegoat my man Kean for throwing, people were being abusive to him racially, and he came and got angry at the fans back, and he's giving them like, yo, what is it? You know what I'm trying to say? And the captain of that team tried to blame the player for him getting racially abused. You know what I mean? Like, Italian culture is a bit different, because if you look at them, like, they have a massive influx of immigrants going into that country via via Libya, Tunisia. They're trying to come into like the south of Italy, like Malta, and all that, and Sicily. You know what I mean? There's a big influx of immigrants around that Italian area. So, you know what I mean? So it just feeds all this racist incidents overall. Like, it's sad, but it's true. You know what I mean? There's like a, there might be, they just want to abuse people. You know what I mean? Because they know that the players are at work and the players are not really going to do nothing to them. There's an element of that that's actually true on why they do this, because they're not going to just approach an average black person on the street or an Asian person or Asian young person and be like, say some racist shit to them, because they'll bang you up, bro. You're gonna get probably stabbed, acid thrown on you or something. They're shook, you know what I'm trying to say? They'll do it to someone that they know that's not gonna fight back, innit? They're at work and they've got millions to lose, and this guy's getting a stadium ban. Good, ban him, bro. But you're not gonna solve racism in football with bans. You know what I'm trying to say? There's only one way to solve racism in football, and that's to solve racism outside of football, because the racism in football, it correlates to the racism that's happening outside of the stadium. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And how are you going to stop the racism outside the stadium, which is virtually impossible right now, because it's just dumb. It's like a snowball that's been rolling on top of a mountain. It's only getting bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes. But it's like, the people now, when it comes to racism now, people are just turning an eye like it's non-existent, because they just think, oh, it's not as bad as it used to be. That's their mentality. But in reality, the same racism is still there. It's just hidden now, especially in this country, the United Kingdom. It's definitely more hidden now. It's covert, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not obvert, it's covert, you know what I'm trying to say? We got covert racism, you know what I mean? It's like indiscretion, do you know what I mean? Like, no one's gonna come up to you, call you the N-word anymore, but they will refuse you a job, and they will stop and search you, and they will stereotype you. You know what I'm trying to say? You can't solve racism in at football unless you solve racism in reality. And how do you solve racism? To me personally, I feel like racism is solved by education, and because racism is basically ignorance. You know what I'm trying to say? People are ignorant to other people's cultures, other people's beliefs. This is what creates all this stuff. It's just ignorance. You know, people just want to stay in this, it's ignorance, and people just thinking they're bad than people. I'm telling you, man, there's a dynamic of it. They think, oh, no matter what you do, I'm going to be better than you because you're black. And if you think that, bro, you know what I mean? Think it, bro, because at the end of the day, bro, it's a different era, man. It's not the same era as before. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, man will bust you down now, bro. Backslap a man, bro. It's not the same time no more, bro. Before, man will take abuse. Now it's like, buka kingo na fam. And all these man calling these football players monkeys, bro. I've already stated, Joe. A silverback, even though that's an ape, it's a gorilla, but it's in the ape family. It's a gorilla, but you get me? Monkey, gorilla, same shit. Not same shit, sorry. Different, but both in the ape family. An ape will rip your head off, bro. Chimpanzees, bro. I've seen monkeys face to face, bro. Them guys are strong, bro. They're strong, bro. You know, fam, they got abs, dump, bro. Monkeys will beat you up, bro. Keep calling these players monkeys until they break your neck like a monkey. You know what I'm trying to say? But how are we going to solve this is just through solving it outside the stadium. It's virtually impossible, you know what I'm trying to say? It might be getting better in terms of just people not getting abused, hurled at them on a daily basis, but trust me, it's still there. And people look at you crazy when you say the stuff that I'm saying, you know what I'm trying to say? They think, oh, no, this guy's making this up. There's only like other black people that will understand you, or Asians, or other ethnic minorities, or maybe some people that are not ethnic minority, but they're still, you know what I mean, they're still tapped up to the system where they can recognize racism. You know what I'm trying to say? I hear non-black people speak about racism on the internet all the time, and I agree with some of them. I just watched a video of a white guy talking about, not even a white guy, pardon me, a South Korean guy talking about how he watched a black girl, like this black guy was just doing something just for YouTube. He went to talk to some white girl, and the white girl just started running away. You know what I'm trying to say? There's things like that, you know what I mean? Like, just because a black guy's coming up to you don't mean the nigga ain't trying to rob you. You know what I mean? We ain't interested in that, bro. He's trying to conduct a YouTube interview. You know what I'm trying to say? But, fam, only way to solve it is to solve it outside. And FIFA are not going to take the measurements to solve it outside, because it's a business. You know what I'm trying to say? They think to themselves, they know they're not going to solve this issue. They don't even care about racism in FIFA, fam. So you know what I mean? They just care about it when it's affecting their money. You know what I'm trying to say? Someone making monkey noises in a game that's going to be televised on Sky or BT, that's obviously going to affect their money, because it's going to lose commercial interest by companies. You know, companies wouldn't want to associate themselves with a company that's, you know, just overtly racist, you know what I mean? So yeah, of course they're gonna try and tone it down in the stadiums, but are they really gonna take the correct procedures? No, they're not, because one procedure the players can do themselves is they can, you know, they can just walk away, you know what I mean? Just walk away, stop playing, you know what I mean? Like, in terms of, not in general, I mean, in terms of that game, if you're being racially abused in a game, you should have a right to walk away, because you should not be subjected to racism at work, you know what I'm trying to say? And, you know, FIFA are not going to permit them to do those type of things, because if you look in the NFL as well, you can look at Colin Kaepernick as an example. If guys wanted to do that in football, it's much more harder. Do you know what I'm trying to say? In football, because FIFA is a big governing body. It's more like a government in terms of the NFL. So that's a minister level, like a smaller level in the NFL with Colin Kaepernick. But in terms of football, if these guys all decided like, oh, we're just going to walk out every time that we get racially abused, bro, FIFA will be closed down, because people begin racial. You know what I mean? FIFA, they don't really care about this, man. All these bans and shit, it's not going to do nothing, because these people do this because they know they can get away with it. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not really going to affect them major time. And you got this guy coming out saying that he's not a racist. You know what I'm trying to say? But obviously, I'll put his thing down. The guy that abused the Manchester City fan that abused Fred. Look at what he has to say. Of course he's going to say he's not racist once it's come out and everyone's seeing you. Your name's on the newspaper, on the Sun. Everyone knows who you are. You might even lose your job because now you got black co-workers and they're looking at you like... And you're trying to say hi to them like, you're right, Desmond. Hi, hey, morning, Desmond. In the morning. And Desmond looking at you like, wow, go on, dog. Me ever see you on TV. You know what I'm saying? Desmond's like, I saw you on TV, cuz, making monkey noise at Fred. You think we cool now? Bro, you know what I'm trying to say? FIFA's an organization. They're corrupt as... FIFA's more corrupt than an African prime minister or president, bro. They're more corrupt than an African minister of defense or something, bro. These men are corrupt. All they care about is their pockets being fat. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, they gave Nicholas Bentner a bigger fine for wearing Paddy Power boxers than they did for Luis Sanchez. Oh, what's his name again? Luis Suarez, when he abused Patrice Evra at Liverpool. He didn't even get fined, fam. People wearing shirts to celebrate racism. You know what I'm trying to say? And in this country is a joke. I mean, the media in this country is a joke as well, like the Sun or BBC or all these people. Like, you see how they when the Italian newspaper, the one that I was telling you guys about, the one that put Lukaku and Smalling, like the BBC and all these media companies, they will dog these Italians out like, look at what they're doing, they're so racist over there. But in reality, they'll bash Raheem Sterling, let Marcus Rashford miss the penalty, fam. They'll be coming at him hard. You know what I'm trying to say? They're quick to criticize the Italians. You know what I'm trying to say? The headline of Lukaku and Smalling in the Black Friday was some Italian news company called Corriere dello Sport, which is actually a big sports magazine / publisher out there in Italy, Rome. They've been going since 1924. So, you know what I'm trying to say? If you look in the country, if you look in the history of most of these European countries, it wouldn't take you long to find racism. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't have to go back a long time. You know what I mean? You can go back 10 years and you'll still see. You can go back next month in these histories and you'll still see it. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, man, you see the Sun trying to bash all these this Corriere dello Sport newspaper like they're any better, fam. You know what I mean? Let a black guy mess up in these establishments. You know what I mean? Let one of these black players that play for England mess up one game, bro. They'll be dashing them underneath the bus. Be this, be that. But there is a dynamic in all this where these newspapers, you know what I mean, it's just some bullshit, bro. It's double standards. They racially abuse these players as well, subconscious. Like, these guys are smart, bro. These lot went uni and shit. They know how to word stuff, you know what I'm trying to say? They know how to word stuff where they're not saying what they want to say, but they're delivering the same message, you know what I'm trying to say? They're not literally saying it in verbatim, like, oh, this, that, but they're still correlating the same message regardless of the speech that's used. You know what I'm trying to say? You gotta peep it and understand it. And there's also a dynamic amongst humans where we think that we can just say anything to anyone at work. You know what I mean? Like there's like a fraction of humanity that think just because he's at work, I'm gonna come and abuse him. You know what I'm trying to say? Or I've personally dealt with things like this in my own line of experience. Obviously, I've never played Premiership football, but obviously, man did used to work at Tesco and all that, bro. Obviously, at the time when I was studying at university, I was working at Tesco and that, and people would be saying some crud shit to me. Like there'll be not all the time, but people would be saying some mad thing, bro. They'll be like trying to bang it. Like, I remember one time man was working in Tesco, innit? I was in Tesco, I was working on a self-service, yeah. I'm working on a self-service, so there's like, I think, there could have been 12 altogether, I can't remember, man. There's like 12 self-service things, or maybe 6, I can't, who knows, bro? So the self-service is on each side. I'm in the middle with the thing, trying to, anyone needs me, boom, I go there, I fix things. So I'm there, yeah, there's some geezer in it, some white geezer in it. Like, he's such a broke boy, bro. This guy ain't got no money, bro. Man bought one of them, do you know them mac and cheese that you get from Tesco that you put in the oven and it's already made and it's grim as fuck, fam. And this guy bought one of those, yeah. He tried to jack it in it. Obviously, I was working at the time. He tried to fake scan it, but it was like, it kept, you know how it does the red thing? He kept doing the red thing. So I come up to him, I'm like, you didn't scan that. He's like, what the fuck you trying to say, mate, yeah? You trying to say I fucking bloody nicked this, mate? You trying to say I nicked this, mate? I'm like, calm down, bruv. All I said, you didn't scan. He's like, bloody hell, mate. Who you think you bloody hell, mate? Yeah? You think I'm bloody naked this? I got loads of money, geezer. Yeah, I got loads of money, geezer. And he pulls out like £40. I'm like, okay, Rich. Okay, Bill Gates. Okay, Alan Sugar. And I'm standing there the whole time. I'm thinking, what's this guy gonna do? And these times there, I grip, because he's getting bare aggy, innit? I got one of the metal baskets. I already gripped it like that, and I thought, if he comes towards me, because he's there, I got a metal basket. I'm thinking, if he comes towards me, I'm just gonna whack him in the side of the head. I'm thinking, if he comes, it's game on, bro. He looks like one of them alcoholics. So I'm thinking, it's game on, bro. Then he picks up the meal thing, because he's coming towards me, but he picks up the meal thing, he gets it, he slams it on the self-service, yeah. He's like, yeah. And I'm just looking at him like, bro, you ain't gonna do nothing, like, fam, you ain't gonna do nothing, bro. Just because I'm at work and that, like, you're not gonna behave with all this savagery when I'm outside of work, are you? You know what I'm trying to say? There's this dynamic where people think they can do anything. You even see it on the comments on social media. Just because they think they can get away with it, they think they can say anything to you because they think there's no accountability for their words. You know what I'm trying to say? In reality, they're all moist little individuals. They'll see you on road, they ain't going to say nothing to you. You know what I'm trying to say? But on the internet, they're tough, fam. These men be writing them Harry Potter novels and that. Like, or they'll say things to you when you're at work because they think, you know what I mean? You think they're not going to do nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? I've had situations where I've come up to a guy at work. They said something to me at work. And I'll come up to them and say, what did you just say? What did you just say? What did you just say? And they don't want to say nothing. They just be like... Bro, remember when I used to do like a TFL job, innit? Man was on a TFL thing and that, fam. Working on the TFL, innit? There's like an old white customer, innit? He starts getting bare aggy with me, innit? Like, then he's like, oh, you fucking black bastard. He said, you fucking black bastard. He said that to me. And I come out of the thing, yeah, and I come up to this old white guy. I'm like, what did you just say? Say that again. He's like, I was like, that zoba oil, bro. That's zoba, fam. You know, you say lingala zoba, je m'en fous. Huh? Na Hollanda Vienna, keba. Bro, these people think they can do whatever. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, fam, stay glued up, stay tipped up. Someone tries to slang racial abuse at you at work, don't take it, fam. You're not there to be racially abused. You're there to make paper, to pay rent, to look good, to buy your designer. You know what I'm trying to say? We ain't here to be racially abused. Times have changed. These players, they need to start walking away, bro. I'm telling you. That's how it's gonna stop, and that's how FIFA are gonna make a change and stop racism in football. But like I said, to stop racism in football, you gotta stop racism in reality. And are the people in FIFA ready to stop racism in reality? No, they're not ready for that, bro. None of these people are ready for that because they're shook, fam. Because they think we're not going to solve it, because they think we're going to ride out. I'm telling you, fam, they think if they made it a 50-50 playing ground outside in reality, like in terms of every interaction, they think that we're just going to ride out on them because they know they would do the same thing, innit? You know what I'm doing to us. But for me personally, I would just say, advise people, if someone says something to you racist at work, don't tolerate it. Don't tolerate it, bro. Because luckily we live in Britain, which is one of the greatest countries in the world. There's loads of jobs opportunities for us here, and there's loads of stuff that loads of sanctions that protect us at work against racism. So, you know what I mean? Study about it, learn about it, protect yourself legally. And if things have to get physical with someone, you know what I'm trying to say. Obviously, I don't preach that. That's the least thing you should be doing, but definitely get yourself clued up. And if someone racially abuses you, you should do something about it. You know what I mean? You shouldn't just go home and just sleep on it. You know what I'm trying to say? Those times have gone. Mood British, Big J, Arsenal versus West Ham today. Come on, you gooners. Come on. Subscribe to the channel. Last time I checked, I'm on 230 subs. Nearly on 30k views overall. So thank you guys for watching my show. Wanted to give my thought on racism in football, in which I've done that. Keep an eye out on all my content. I should be dropping videos like every 2 to 3 days on different type of stuff, different type of topics. Going back to the football-ish real soon. Thank you guys for the support. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Hit me up on IG if anything. Email me if anything. Everything in the descriptions below. Thank you guys for watching my show once again.
Yeah, seen. Pouring the cup with your boy looking lean. And I'm still out here chilling like